Alright guys, welcome back again to another Ikari Kenshin video. Today we're going to be doing a playthrough of the Blood Furnace instance in Hellfire Peninsula for TBC. We had our, put our food buff on. Alright, so continuing off of what I was talking about from the Ramparts video, if you're tanking, just make sure you keep up your sunders, which is applied by Devastate, so make sure that you get your highest rank of Devastate so that you can use that. For these pulls, you want to try to have a range take out the imp because they will do that. Just shoot fireballs at you the whole time. So just try to have a range take care of that, like the hunter's doing right there. Good job. We're going to try to make this quick because we want to finish this in a timely fashion, right? Once you clear out that middle group, you should be good to go to just kind of go in and take out the other groups as you see fit. In this instance, guys, you want to have to pay attention to a specific mechanic where they have rogues that are stealth all throughout the dungeon. So it's a good idea to familiarize yourself with the spots that they are lurking in so that you're not taken by surprise. And I don't know all of them by heart. I do know a good amount of them. So I'll try to show you the different spots where these roguelike characters like to hang out. But they're literally stealth and they'll pop out and start stun locking you. So you want to definitely make sure that the tank is in the front. And what I like to do is I like to zigzag on the stairs. I just got detect invisibility, which is good from the warlock. So that definitely helps out with being able to see. Where is he? There he is. So that didn't work. I knew there's one here. There's always one at the very top of the stairs. Oh, we got a consolation prize or an extra. Okay, this one here. Oh, will I be able to? No. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this group and make sure you LOS because of the imp's ranged attacks. You don't have to worry too much about the imp. The imp doesn't do that much damage. Don't waste your resources on that. Focus on the heavier mobs. Oh, he keeps coming right on the edge. We're gonna have to wait till he comes back, or we can just pull it all together. We're not gonna waste any time here. If everything pulls, you know what I mean? Okay, so that was a clean pull. We didn't get him. Nice. Looks like the pet pulled that pat. Just make sure we take him out. Again, leave the imps to the others. I mean, they were just gonna let him sit there though, I guess. Right? If you're able to run up on the imp, do that. Run up on that motherfucker. And get him to run those pockets. So far, so good, guys. These ones, they do some pretty decent damage. The Legionnaires, they hit pretty hard, so you just definitely want to be careful with those ones. Make sure you keep your block up when taking these guys on, and try to have your group focus them first, so that you're not taking unnecessary damage. Alright, that's a clean one. Here, you can actually pull that guy, then you LOS. Make sure you get him right as he's about to hit that crevice in the wall. That way you won't pull any unnecessary mobs. This room can be tricky. The summoners, they will do just that. They will summon demons. So you want to make sure that you kill them first and keep them interrupted while they're casting. When they're summoning, they'll do this, and it'll be a purple aura around them. So make sure that you interrupt that so that they don't summon additional adds. Same thing with this group. Oh, we got ourselves a stealther too, huh? And this guy's turn summon, shield bash. We can leave that other mob to handle the Felguard. Someone got a summon off, huh? Make sure we take out that dog. Alright. It could have been a little bit cleaner, but it's fine. Okay, the healer's good on mana for now. That's another thing you want to take into account when you're a tank. Keep an eye on your healer's mana. That will kind of determine the flow of the dungeon. As long as you guys are communicating and you're letting your healer have enough mana for the pulls that you're doing, you should be good. We don't really worry too much about DPS because, you know, they can figure it out. This room has these engineers. There are technicians. They'll drop mines, and those mines do like 1500 damage per hit. So each one does about 1500 damage. So make sure that you try to avoid those mines. And if you really need to, make sure you take the technicians out first, because they're probably the most dangerous. I've definitely seen groups wipe to those technicians dropping multiple mines in one area, so watch your step. Then we got more Legionnaires and Skull Wardens. We should be good on this pull here. And drop your 2 Sunders, swap, drop your 2 Sunders, and then just kind of go back and forth and drop more Sunders. And Thunderclaps, of course. Now I'm going to use this time to try to get some rage. This guy, Oh good, he didn't start casting right away. The technicians also throw... They also throw dynamite at you. They do a pretty decent amount of damage as well, so just be mindful of that. I think they do about 450 to 500 sometimes. See, there's a mine there. We don't want to get too close to it because it definitely just did 1550 damage to me. I think one of the pets set it off, and it has a pretty decent range, so you definitely don't want to get hit by too many of those. This guy, he's really easy. He does a knockup that does about 1,000 something. It's not a lot. And I think he does like a acid spew or something if I'm not mistaken sometimes. But he's fairly simple. See? This next corridor here does also have stealth guys as well. I probably pulled all of them. Okay, no, I did a pretty good job. Sometimes I like to live life on the edge and pull the enforcers right in front of the other guys. But you know, what are you gonna do about it? Can't touch me, bro. After that, you can just run in here. There is gonna be a stealth guy in the corner, I believe, though. So you gotta watch out for him, because he'll definitely sneak up. Oh, there he is. See? Good thing I had that thunderclap going. I am stunned. Stack up my rage while we take out this last guy. And the tank, you're okay to set that off. Because you want to be the one to set it off and not anyone else. Okay, let's rush up in there. Sunder's thunderclap. Sunder's stunned. Thunderclap. Just gonna make sure you just keep an eye out on those for those mines, because they will do some devastating damage. Try to stun him, try to stun him. Oh, he got it off. I think I misclicked. So he was able to get the summon off, unfortunately. And sometimes it happens. You're a little too slow and you know, they're able to get those spells off. It wasn't anything we couldn't handle, right? So just make sure you get up in their ass and save that interrupt for when they're summoning, because you definitely don't want them to do that. Right now I'm stunned, but can I get it off? Nope, I didn't get it off in time. I got stunned, so I couldn't interrupt. No, he's out. The succubus is out here charming people. I was gonna pull those guys, but then those other guys would have definitely come too. So we're gonna pull these ones back. LOS them so that they're nice and out of the way. Why would they kick him? This happens too. People randomly kick people out of the group. That happened to me the other day. I'm not even gonna lie. This group, I was in this group, and the guy, I was on my shaman healing, but my gear wasn't that great, so I didn't feel comfortable pulling like more than 7 mobs, and he just kept pulling them, and I was like trying to plead with him to stop pulling so many, and in the middle of the run, he just kicked me out of the group. I was like, okay. I don't even take that stuff seriously anymore. I used to get really offended back when I was younger, like, yo, what the hell is this problem? Or what's their problem? But there's no point. There's no point in like expending that energy. You don't need to. It's not that big a deal, to be honest. So just keep it pushing, and you'll always find another group. So it'll be fine. Shite. He's summoning. Well, hopefully they just keep running this way. He's summoning another one, bro? Are you kidding? I don't want to get too close because, you know. Not sure why he needed to kick that guy though, to be honest. I don't see how. I really don't see how he was being annoying, so I don't know. Not sure why they kicked him, but again, that happens. Much rather finish this with a full group than just the 4 of us, but I guess. And these guys are really gonna wreck me. These guys are taking me out, man, slowly, with these freaking mines. Ah. Yeah, make sure we take out the Legionnaires again, as per usual. What do you do? Death coil on that guy? I was like, get out of my face, bro. They're talking about how hard it is for warrior tanks to hold aggro on multiple enemies at once. So you shield bash that guy, taunt this guy. I think the most difficulty I have when tanking multiple mobs is when mages and warlocks do AoE. I think that's the biggest thing. With this group here, or this room, what happens is that you clear these mobs out, and then you pull this lever in the front of the room, and it starts a gauntlet. Come on, come on, come on. It starts a gauntlet, and each one of these 4 cells will open up one at a time, and mobs will come out. You'll have to fight them, and then the boss comes out after you're done. Oh, there's another one. Huh, didn't know that. So, it'll be, I believe, that room first, then that room, then the one in the back corner there, and then that last one over there. And these are all pretty tough mobs, and they do charge too. So you really gotta be on top of your game with that. Make sure that if you have CC, have your party members use CC, or if you're good at tanking multiple mobs, you definitely get that done. They also do a thunderclap, as you can see, and they knock you up in the air too sometimes. So they do hit pretty hard. And they do have the ability to stun you. They do a lot. They do a lot. Like, no joke. This is why I'm stacking hit, because what I don't need to be doing is missing my hits. Where's the next group? Over here. Okay. See, I got stunned there again. Where am I? Okay. Just had to get my bearings real quick. All that spinning around I just did, I was almost lost where I was for a second. It doesn't help that I get stunned too while they're freaking wailing on people. Oh, they're going buck wild right now. I think they're going a little too ham on the DPS, to be honest. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, that last group was a little difficult. And the Warlock almost, I don't know if the Warlock almost died or if they just life tapped until they couldn't life tap anymore. So this boss is a nasty floating head thingy. It comes out after the gauntlet and it spews poison, and it also poisons you, and then it drops this green circle on the ground that grows over time, and it does nature damage to you, of course. So you guys might wanna, when you're tanking, just have your tank kite them out of the circle so that you don't take a massive amount of damage. You see it's still growing, right? So they do get bigger and they do a lot of damage. Let's see. Is it doing damage? Yeah, okay, so it does. Yeah, it ticks every second. I don't really like to fool around with that group over there. What I like to do is just come this way, make sure I take out this rogue. Who will lose their debuff first? Okay, there we go. I can't wait till I get spell reflected. Oh my gosh, it's gonna be so amazing. Oh shit. He came out of nowhere. Okay, so this dungeon is a bit longer than Ramparts, as you can tell by this point. We're about 27 minutes into the video. We have one last boss left, and it's after this last room here, and then down the ramp. Oh crap! Did you just cast corruption on me, lame-o? Hit that revenge up. These guys you have to watch out for, because the Felguard brutes, they do drop aggro randomly sometimes, so you just want to make sure that you're there to taunt them and make sure they don't go after your healers. This room here is pretty self-explanatory. Just LOS the imps. Make sure you kind of lock the caster out of casting. And you just kill off the imps. They're fairly easy. So we got about 3 mobs left before the boss. If we're lucky, we can make about 35 minutes. We don't want this video to be too long, right? I need you guys to do more damage to me so that I can get some rage here. Also, don't be dodging my attacks, bro. Let's not get too crazy here. Oh, oh hello. I'm trying to lure the caster further away from the other mobs so that I can run to meet him. Alright. And this is the last group. Go ahead and take these guys out. Whenever you can interrupt, make sure you try to do that. Just one thing I will say though that has changed for me is my skill level since the last time I played TBC. The first time I played TBC, I was a complete noob. A complete and utter noob. Like, of course I played Classic first, or Vanilla, but when you went into TBC, it was a whole different experience, right? Because of all the changes for the classes and the new content, the new mobs that you have to encounter and bosses and stuff like that. So you have to learn not the entire game over again, but you know. Okay, I guess he's gonna do that. You can have a ranged pull these guys out of here. I think the best tactic is to pull them out of the room so that you can LOS them into a one single spot so you can kill them all because they are all spellcasters. Right? And all they do is throw shadow bolts the whole time, so you definitely don't want to have them running loose. Then after maybe when there's one mob left, you want to make your way back inside the chamber so that you can start taking the boss out. This boss does an AoE Shadow Bolt attack, and he also does an AoE Fire Blast attack. So whenever he kneels down and you see fire swirling around him, you definitely want to run away because that will hurt a lot. It is very reminiscent of the priest from in the SM library dungeon. You see, that's what it looks like right there. So as long as I believe you're about 15 to 20 yards from him, the damage shouldn't hit you. But that's pretty much the fight. You take him out. He does drop corruption on you too if you're a tank, or anyone, like if he does it randomly. But that's the dungeon, guys. Appreciate you guys so much for watching, staying with me through the entire video. We did make it to the 35-minute mark. We made it to 34. But anyway, guys, let me know if you've done Blood Furnace yet, how you're liking it, how's your experience going with TBC so far, and I'll catch you guys later, or maybe down in the comment section. Peace.